Hey guys, Frozo 5 here with episode number 30 of the Crystal Palace career mode on FIFA 23. Triple times 10, you know what I mean. 30, big landmark. Obviously we're in season 3, this is going to be the first kind of majorly gameplay episode. Obviously last time around we had the defeat to City, 4-2. It was at the Etihad, like I mentioned before. We've got the hardest game of the season out of the way straight away. But it doesn't get much easier because we actually go to the Amex next. Local rivals, big game, big players step up in these types of games. And that is exactly what I will mention now. Callum Hudson-Odoi did in this game. He was incredible on that left-hand side. I think when Martial comes back, he hasn't lost any rating. He's still an 82. Whereas Abrechi Eze, he's actually gone down to a 79 overall from his 81, so it's going to be harder for him to get back into the team than Martial, especially with Hudson-Odoi now on that left hand side. He's been really good in the few games that we have played, and just moving forward in this season, if Eze doesn't get that overall back, he will probably become the rotational player and Eze will become the first team player. It's just unfortunate really, because he was so good this last season and the season before that. Loads of goals, loads of assists, and it just got ruined in a pretty meaningless, well, not a meaningless game, but you know what I mean, a game maybe where it could have been avoided. Maybe I could have played some subs, but because I didn't have that rotation on the left wing, he had to play pretty much every single game last season, and I think that's what contributed to the injury. And yeah, it's unfortunate really, but I mean, I guess it's a bonus for Hudson-Odoi. Speaking of him, has a chance there. It is well blocked out by the two Brighton defenders. But we keep possession of the ball on the edge of their box, and we're just trying to find our way in. We eventually find Olise. He scores again against Brighton. I don't know how many goals he scored against them now. It's probably 6 or 7, I would guess, because he scored that hat-trick in Season 1 at the Amex. But overall, this game, we've played really good defensively and attacking wise. Yes, we conceded that goal, but other than that, I think we've been pretty good up until this point. We're a bit open, caught on the counter attack, but Dean Henderson, he has stepped up a level this season, I think. Obviously, yeah, conceded 4 to City, but he made a lot of vital saves in that game that kept us in it for longer maybe than we should have been. And he's doing the same here. He's keeping us in this game. 2 minutes into the second half, a great save by him. He also had one pretty early into the first half as well, so twice now at least he has kept us in this game, as we're looking for that third just to kind of kill it off, to kind of secure the victory for ourselves. At this point, Aubameyang, you know, he's a bit of an old man, so he can't really play full 90-minute games. He gets a bit too tired, so Simmons has gone up into that striker position. But the man I was talking about right at the beginning of the episode, Hudson-Odoi, goes and makes it 3-1, assisted by Loftus-Cheek. Two former Chelsea players working together. And what more can you ask for? 3-1. There's now 10 minutes remaining in this one. They've got a corner. They're going to whip it in. Nice. Get our head to that one first. And I think from set pieces, we have been pretty decent. I feel like we haven't conceded from a corner. From my memory, we haven't conceded from a corner directly. Yeah, kind of the aftermath of the corner, maybe we could be a bit better. But directly from a corner, I don't feel like we have conceded. I think we've got a quite tall team, especially defensively, and that kind of helps us out a lot. But in this one, we did concede late on in the game, but thankfully we were able to hold on and again pick up the bragging rights against local rivals Brighton. And Hudson-Odoi almost gets his second of the game. Didn't quite work out, but hey, 3 points against Brighton. I'll take that any day of the week in any fashion. Pretty simple. In the end, though, we did get the victory, and we come on to deadline day. Now, deadline day, fairly quiet one for us. I just wanted to get another rotational striker in, and we went for Obafemi, formerly of Southampton, currently at Swansea, and that's simply for the fact, obviously, Aubameyang's on a 1-year contract, and he's already starting to go down in overall. Obafemi, he's only 24 years old, he's 75 overall. I think he'll be a good impact player off the bench, especially with his physicality. So he should be able to kind of be rough and tough up against the defenders, causing problems, especially when they're a bit more tired and he's fresh. But he comes in, we're going to give him the number 19 shirt. and he's going to be on the bench for his first game here at Selhurst Park, taking on Arsenal. Team we've had a lot of trouble against. I think we've been once in these past 2 seasons. It was 2-1 at the Emirates. Every other game I think they've beat us. So if we kind of want to have that change of form, that change in our mentality, that change in our kind of the way people approach us and view us, we want to be a title contender this season. Our team is good enough. We've got to win these types of games. We have to beat Arsenal at home, especially. First chance comes our way. Ramsdale makes a great save, denies us of the chance of going up in this one. We don't give up. We win the ball back in our own half. Good defending. Obviously, we've got Tomori now. We've got Gehi. We have just an insane back line. As Hudson-Odoi scored in the previous game, goes and does the same here against Arsenal. And it's going to be very, very difficult for Eze to get back into the team if Hudson-Odoi keeps up this form. He's currently an 81 overall, and as I mentioned, Eze's gone down to a 79. Fletcher, absolutely taken out by Ruben Neves, stayed down for a little bit, but thankfully got back up. There was no injury. I personally think that's a red card, but hey, referee, favouring Arsenal clearly. Well, definitely not, but into this game though. Second half, things are looking good. We're getting him on the counter-attack. As Aubameyang looks to score against his former team, kind of gets caught up behind the ball, can't get the most power on the shot, and it's a great save by Ramsdale to deny us the goal on the counter-attack. But yeah, we're dominating this game now in the second half. We're starting to hold possession a bit better. We're starting to be able to kind of spring a few passes together. Incredible little through ball here from Elise to Aubameyang, one-on-one, holds off the 2 defenders, and he slots it past Ramsdale. And all the disrespect Arsenal fans are being given Aubameyang, no way is he going to show respect to your team. He does this. What's the word? His traditional front flip celebration. He makes it 2-0, doubles the lead, and all but confirms victory to ourselves because we've approached the game. 10 minutes remaining. Aribo has a chance. Good chance. Header off target. Into the 91st. We're 2-0 up. They score now. It just ruins our clean sheet. That's it. I don't see us conceding twice in less than 30 in-game seconds. But I do see us scoring here as Elise whips it in. Obafemi on his debut. Very similar to Aribo. Puts it wide of the post, and we are denied the chance of a 3rd goal. But that does not matter. We beat Arsenal. We have all 3 points coming with us. As we come into the first game in the Champions League group stage, you've probably seen by now, PSG are in our group. Obviously, we'll reveal the next in the others in the next few episodes. PSG, probably one of the odds-on favourites, are in our group. And it's very similar to the Premier League. We're starting it in their stadium. The favourites, we're starting in their stadium. Hopefully we're going to have a change of fortune, different to how we started the Premier League here in our first ever Champions League game. But 4 minutes in, the former Man City man, Gundogan, puts them 1-0 to the good, assisted by Rafael Leao. So they've got Mbappe, Renato Sanchez, Gundogan, Leao. At the back they've got Rafael Varane. They've got Marquinhos is still there. I think Hakimi is still there. So they've got an insane team. And it's going to be a difficult one for us to stop. But a great bit of defending there. Denied the Mbappe cross. But they do have a resulting corner. The Gundogan whips in. Header only as far as our man. I think that was Renato Sanchez who nods it home. Doubling their lead. Pushing the dagger in our heart. The potential of an upset on match day 1 of the Champions League is it's slowly fading away from us. And we're going to see here, Dean Henderson makes 3, I think, incredible saves in a row from PSG corners. There's a second there, and then the third is coming up. This is still before the half an hour mark. They're peppering our goal. There's really nothing we can do. As Mbappe goes short, they try to go for a different technique, but it's going to be the same result. As the ball's blasted in by Sola, a great save by Henderson keeps us within a chance. 2-0. Many people have said it before, it's the most dangerous scoreline in football. As Hudson-Odoi skips past his man. He's the most informed man on the pitch right now into Aubameyang. And it's a great save by Donnarumma 2-0, still the scoreline. Here, Fletcher, knuckleball. Doesn't quite work out the way we had planned, but Gehi finds Fletcher. Out wide to Elise. It's going to stop the ball just before it goes out. Back centrally to Fletcher. Inside, Simmons. Simmons finds Doucouré. Doucouré finds the back of the net. It's always the most unlikely of scorers that starts the comeback. 20 minutes, 1 goal. Who can we rely on to score that 1 goal? It's not going to be Aubameyang. It's not going to be Eze. It's going to be Elise, maybe? Or is it going to be the man returning from his 7-month injury and just minutes after coming on? Anthony Martial picks up where he left off. PSG 2, Crystal Palace 2. The Frenchman back in France gets us level. They said he had no chance. They said he had no chance after his injury. He proved them all wrong. And there's still 3 minutes left in this game. Henderson starts the counter-attack as a Frimbong. Tomori just playing it between himself, trying to find some space. Trying to find that killer ball to win this game. The tick strikes the 90th minute. It finds Doucouré, the goal scorer. He finds his midfield partner in Simmons, and he just pops one. And I don't think Donnarumma was expecting that, because the former PSG man, Xavi Simmons, wins the game for us in the 90th minute. We go to France, we go to the Parc des Princes, no fear. We do what we should have done at the beginning of the season against City. We do it in the Champions League. 3-2 the final score. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.